Hello everyone, welcome to part 5 of the career mode, the Chinese Grand Prix. We're aiming for 5 lights and we're lights out, away we go. One of the best of starts. I think Hamilton's got on us on the start, pretty decent start from Hamilton. And up the inside we go, the two Mercedes, hooked up the inside. That's first place. Oh gee, just got a bit of understeer, but there, Hamilton's coming back at us. Hamilton, oh no, it's Rosberg. They'll win. Rosberg, not Hamilton. I'm side by side. And we're in P4, P1 for the first time this year. We're actually leading a Grand Prix, which is pretty decent indeed. Count it in. We actually are getting a bit of a gap to Rosberg now. That was a pretty nice start. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it was pretty decent. I think we're getting our starts nailed now. Just got to try and concentrate with these cold tyres, and the car is starting to, really lose its rear end. So here is where we gain the time. Take a wide line, and the AI just don't have the pace for that corner, and that's where we actually are gaining. So I'm going to try something really cool with the strategy here. Turn it in. Up the gearbox we go. Now 7th gear. We'll take another wide line. Down the 3rd gear for the last corner. Getting the best traction possible. Bit of a slide. But this is a straight line speed where the straight line speed with the Mercedes will actually gain on us. So 38.8 across the line, not too bad. But the Mercedes won't really gain much. Turn it in. Up the gearbox we go. Okay, engineer. Okay. Turn it in, now the right, left, not right. Let's get best possible traction. Actually, we've got a nice little gap to the AI. It's looking nice. It hasn't really gone well for us in the past 3 rounds. We've had a bad luck in Australia, Malaysia, and Bahrain. And well, Bahrain? Really? We're right here, right now. We're leading the Grand Prix. We've had bad luck really in, Australia, Malaysia, and China. We just didn't. I think in China it was actually my fault because I should have saved fuel in the race instead of, just going for it or just fending with rich mix, and I didn't do that, and that lost me 2 positions towards the end of the Grand Prix. But here, I just like a circuit. This circuit I enjoy. I think we've got the pace around here over the AI personally, and at the moment we've got a nice little gap to Rosberg, and I think if we can just get a podium out of this, all I want is a podium. Okay, a win is looking on the cards, but for me it's not really about the win. It's trying to get a podium on the board for Red Bull and meeting our targets. And today our target was to finish in P1 because of course we qualified on pole position by 6 tenths of a second. Sorry I didn't show you qualifying, lads, but my video corrupted, and here we are doing a bit of a race that I didn't show you qualifying for. So I'm sorry about that, but we're here now doing what we need to do. No assists. It's very tricky to drive, but the gap we're pulling out is a pretty decent gap, and I think round here this is actually a circuit that I'm quite good at. So we can actually do a good job here, I think, and get a good result, which is what we need to do. I think our championship is under threat. We're 50 points behind the leader, which is Nico Rosberg. And what I'd love to have happen is actually a big fight for the world title between me and Rosberg and Hamilton. That's what really would make me smile. But personally, I just think that Mercedes power is just too overpowered around this calendar. There's so many circuits that it's so good at. Next one, for example, Bahrain is quite a circuit that I do think that Mercedes will have the pace up. Then we have Monaco, which is going to be, I think, more equalised in terms of engine power. So people with low engine power like myself in the Red Bull, we should have the pace in terms of trying to do what we can do. Obviously Hamilton's trying to get back through this championship as well, because obviously he's not had the best of races as well. Obviously he collided with us in Malaysia, so. Ooh, a bit of drift through there, but we've got a nice little gap. I mean, I don't know when we got a pit. I would think lap 8 would probably be our pit stop window. So. One thing I don't like about this game is the engineer. They talk too much. I mean, they're almost like they talk and then stop, and about 5 seconds later they start talking about something else. I'm like, well, I'd much rather them wait and get it all over and done with, or just wait and just do it, you know, somewhere else. I mean, I really don't want to be talked to too much. That's one thing, and maybe that's like a personal preference. Maybe in the next game they need to do that. Maybe in terms of your driver profile, maybe the engineer won't talk to you as much, depending if you want to be talked to. So maybe you have to ask the engineer to get information instead of them giving you information constantly. Maybe. I mean, it has that in the game already, but we can ask the engineer what we want. But in the end of the day, maybe he don't want to be talked to as much, because the engineer still talks to you even though you don't select an option. So. Yeah, there is a bit of tyre wear. Car's a bit. Yeah, the rear is a bit. All over the place, but it's not too bad. We can just manage this. And at the end of the day, even if the Mercedes do catch us up, we've got the undercut to play. So on both of them, and I think Rosberg is hanging up Hamilton, so Hamilton should have him this lap, I would have thought. So. Oh, Hamilton has got Rosberg. So good job, Hamilton. He's going in front. I think no, actually, well, what? He had Hamilton and Rosberg, so I'm guessing. Oh dear, that's wide. That's terrible. Oh dear me. Nice on traction, don't want to wheel spin too much. This is a bugger of a corner, because you have to be very cautious with the brakes. Another gear as we go. I think their gap is a bit closed up. Hopefully, just hope that we can actually take out this victory today. I mean, that would be amazing. 2.5 is a gap, so it really hasn't really came down, but the front end speed of the Mercedes will actually catch us by about 3/10 in the last sector. Ooh, riding that curve too much, definitely. What's the line we come? Well, 37.4, it's pretty slow. What's the gap now? 3.2. So the Mercedes seem to have that little bit extra grip as we will spin for the first corner. Needs even more time. That's nice. .6 now. I'm guessing our next window will be lap 7, and I think I will do that just to come in for lap 7. Because I personally think we don't want to get any punches or anything. That's what really irritates me about this game. The AI don't suffer from tyre wear. They don't have the same problems as us. And the actual driver of the game, it's your real life person who's driving. You know, this car, we have more tyre wear issues than the AI. It's like the AI have like nothing wrong with their tyres. Well, like, they've got like unlimited supply of amount of tyre wear. It's 3.3 seconds now, so we've got the gap out a bit. This has been pretty decent. But Hamilton's once again on Rosberg. Oh, that last corner was terrible. Ooh. See that curb I'm not going to run anymore. I'm sorry, I'm kind of afraid to have an auto spin curb. 3.5. So we lost about 10 from that lap. 2.6 the gap once again. And I think we'll get even lower in the first sector, because the first sector we struggle up. Bit of wheel spin there. See, look at that. Visually, the gap's closed about at least 2 seconds. Oh, that's terrible. That is so bad. Oh my god, I'm going all over the place. That's terrible. I've lost even more time now. Yeah, I'm going to come in this lap. Hamilton's got in front of Rosberg. I'm coming in this lap. But I'm not risking it. I'm just going to come in. I'm going to do an alternative strategy on prime tyres. Yay! Grip's fantastic today. Oh, here comes Hamilton. I'm gonna be. Here I come into the bits. There goes Hamilton and Rosberg. They go into do an extra lap. So one of them will have to have an undercut on both of them, so we should get a bit of a better gap. For me, the tyres have just gone, just lost. If I still had an extra lap, I probably would have actually come, you know, with Hamilton. They probably would have come to attack me. And also, I think I didn't really do the best on first. The actual lap 7 wasn't that good either on the first sector. So got a bit of work to do on these tyres. Got to try and save them. And the idea of doing that would probably be short shifting. Be a way to do it. We're down to 10th place. So we've got Grosjean on ahead. I'm on cold primes. We could actually done the strategy that the IA had done, but I personally want a little bit of a, you know, get a bit quick towards the end of the Grand Prix and have a little bit of a fight with the AI maybe. That's a good idea. Oh, the gearbox we go. Down to 4th gear. Get the ton in. Pretty nice. These tyres have got a nice grip. Ooh, right on the curb. I don't know, should I try and have a little tack up? Grosjean! Up the inside, sorry Grosjean. That was a tap. Oh Jesus, the curb throws you off. Nonetheless, opposition and got Button ahead of us with that nice McLaren Honda. See, if McLaren had more top speed, I tell you what, I would love to drive that car. But I just love the car as a whole. Tyres are hot. Okay. I'm not gonna catch Hamilton Button much. Alright, I'm just gonna a bit. Oh, look at this. Oh, hey, tasty. Got him. Done. Bye bye. Jensen, nice McLaren Honda. But they're still not pitted yet. The AI. Maybe we came in too early. What were we thinking? Their tyres would go off quicker than us, so hoping that maybe we'll have the advantage. So up to 8th place now. Car's a bit more lighter now, so we can just. So Nazar's 5 seconds ahead, and we'll probably close that even more. Look at them, we actually are catching them pretty quickly. So normally in real life, the Mercedes team would have probably responded to me and come in sort of like a lap later, but they chose to go longer on the tyre. So it means we'll have to do a bit of tyre saving possibly as well towards the end of the stint. So I don't really mind getting overtaken by, you know, Rosberg or Hamilton or whoever's behind them. I don't really mind because that means we've got this fast tyre towards the end of the stint and we can do another undercut on them because they'll have to go on the prime tyre. I think they'll have to go on the primes quite earlier than us, so the option is to get early the prime. So ideally, you want to switch the stint out to about lap lap 20, possibly. So that's gonna be a long stint. Across the line we come, all of them in the pits. And where are we gonna be? Who's got coming up the pit stop? That's P1 for us. Up to P1. We've got a nice little margin to Hamilton. Oh, Hamilton. Does that mean that? That means that Mercedes double stacked. Mercedes double stacked, didn't they? Yeah, that's double stacked. So Hamilton's going to catch us back up again. So this actually really does play into our advantage for the championship fight, because that means that Hamilton's in 4th in the championship. He's behind Rosberg in the championship. I'm behind Rosberg in the championship, and Rosberg isn't, as far as I can see, in the podium positions. This really gains me and Hamilton. Me and him are gaining out of this, so this is a win-win. And Vettel is actually doing his well. Oh, nice lockup. That was beautiful. That was. I might change my braking bias to the rear for that corner, because the amount of lockups I've had and going deep been excruciating, to say the least. So 30 kilos. I don't know if my fuel's critical. That really doesn't mean much to me. I'm guessing it's not bad. Oh, nice. Wow, that was beautiful. Nice corner that was. Terrible. We should be trying to extend the gap to Hamilton. And if they can do that, then that's fantastic. If we can't, and if he's going to catch us, then that's the way it rolls, because he's got the option on. So, but we have got the pace to really just do the best possible. 25.6, we're just done across the line, so not doing too bad at all. 5.7 the gap. Here we go again. That's a nice corner. .8 is the gap. So yeah, at least I've got the weak tyre out of the way first, and then I have to put a tyre towards the end, because with low fuel, good tyre, we're going to be really quick towards the end of the race. So even if Hamilton does overtake us in this, which I hope it doesn't, because I feel that maybe that would ruin our race, we would actually catch Hamilton towards the end. So it would probably mean that we have a fight on for P1 in the race. 6.2 is the gap, so we'll probably catch him a little bit more towards the back straights. Doing what we need to do. So we're not quite off distance yet, so we're okay on fuel. Probably start saving it at lap 13 and trying to bring out this stint. Ooh, that was not good for our tyres. This corner I love when you got the grip, the car just rolls in, and you can just run it in second gear, keep the throttle down, just roll it through. And these sets of corners are pretty fun as well. When the car is steering nicely, and like this car, I just got that wide as well. So we try and brake bias to do. No, that's the wrong thing. No, did not want that. Intermediates, what are you fucking doing? I said that tyre went for my next one. It better fit that tyre, otherwise I won't be very happy. Oh yeah, riding the curbs. This has been quite a long stint on these tyres. 6.5 to get up to Hamilton. We're pretty much in control of this race. See, not riding any curbs, just trying to be clean, not get so much wheel spin. 35.7, just constantly lapping the 35 is where we need to be. they'll be an advantage of not catching me. Dear me. But once I start wearing my tyres out, which will be quite soon, sort of next 2 laps or so, I'll probably get serious tyre wear problems and have to try and manage it. And that's when I'll be taking action, and we'll have to try and save tyres as much as possible. And try to lift through corners that we should need to do in the first place. So 16 laps to go. A nice comfortable position here. Got another. Oh, that's terrible. See, that's just terrible. Just had a massive lock up there. So next lap I'm going to run the brakes to the rear, try and see what happens. This corner becomes a bit of a nightmare when tyres become worn. 7/10 down on my last lap. 6.7 Townsend, so we are extending the gap, but it'll run down a little bit towards the back straight. Into the last corner. So that's the end you see. If you actually turn on that curb, you will be flying off. So, 35.9, so we're starting to lose a bit of time and a bit of tyre wear. .8 is the gap. Oh. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the brake bias to the rear here, try and save the rear tyres from locking up. The front tyres particularly, locking up, because I think we're taking out a bit of wear on our fronts, and that's where we need to have the grip, maximum grip, and we've got no tyre life really. Okay, we do need the rear tyres to have some good traction, but we need that steering lock to feel comfortable in the corners. So tyres should be going off at this stage. I think the rear brake bias helps the locking, so we should be okay. So what we'll do, I think we've got another 5, 6 laps in these tyres. Because I think we'll probably pit in lap 19, 20 time. See how the tyres feel by then. Oh, Jesus. So there you go, that's what I mean. Just literally got on the curb, and literally, if I wasn't aware and I went full throttle for that curb, I would have been gone. And this one as well. You can't run full accelerator through there. Cross the line for lap 15. We're sort of half distance now. Try and do what we can. That was poor. I think if anyone's gonna catch us, Hamilton will. So we should be on for a podium here, if things go our way. Brian. See, the tyres feel quite nice. It's 5.4 the gap because I lost so much time in the first sector. Ah, it's not too bad. Didn't get much locking. The tyres are obviously just wearing out. So we should be okay for fuel towards the end, but I'm not going to take that into account because in China the engine is dead to me and I ran out of fuel on the last lap, so we are going to do it with full saving. That's good. Good exit there. That's what we needed to do. That's the line for lap 16. 36.8, so we are starting to lose quite a lot of time on these tyres. It's going to, because the option's obviously just surviving. They're pitting around the same sort of time as me, because I'm coming in about lap 19. They would have to pit for their primes 10 laps before, 10 to 11 laps before, so they'll have to come in the same sort of lap as me. So ideally we want the advantage, but we don't mind being behind Hamilton, of course, but ideally we don't want to. Just want to keep managing this until lap 18, 19 time. Just want to keep managing this. And oh, got a bit of a front lock up there. Even though I've shifted the brake bias to the rear, it still locks up on the fronts. Just trying the best we can. Tyres are becoming a bit worn now. Can't take that corner as the way I like to. Oh Jesus! Just not going quite wide now at the corners. Another 5.2 second gap, so he's closing the gap, Hamilton, but it's not really enough to make much of an impression. 20 kilos of revving, that still doesn't mean anything to me. 20 kilos, I want to know how much the percentage, and this is one thing I want to tell the engineer, but unfortunately the game doesn't allow you to do that. So next game, that'd be quite a good idea if you can tell the engineer what would you prefer, so the engineer learns from your character, or from your point of view, what you prefer in terms of knowing in the race. For example, percentage of fuel, percentage of tyre wear used, or you know, how many laps you've got left on tyres. You know, all that stuff, and how worn your engine is, for example. That'd be quite a cool idea. But you know, we'll see. Hopefully that can be implemented. I'm sure that can be, because they've still got the facilities available already. It's just whether or not they can actually implement it. And we've lost like another second to Hamilton in the first sector. Jesus, the car's going very hard to drive. Front locking again. So I think we should just be able to get these out to lap 19. Just be able to. And I say that, Hamilton will catch us by the end of the stint, so. What I might do on lap 19, I might put it down to lean, say a bit of fuel, because it depends if Hamilton's right behind me. If he's not, then of course we won't, but you know. I mean, here he'll probably go up again, so I would think that by the end of this lap he'll be within 3 seconds of us. So ideally, apparently he wants to pick me down, but I'm not coming in, so dream on, engineer. Couldn't equalize this lap, so no way I'm doing 10 laps on my option, so I'm keeping going for another 2 more laps on these tyres. This is very risky. I mean, I've got a bit of traffic in my way, so this might help me, because it might block Hamilton. Oh Jesus, I have to wait. Oh God, that's dog awful, that is. I bet he's like within touching distance. He's 3.6 behind. Nice on the throttle now, just managing this, doing what we can. Nice on the throttle now, just not going to rush it, doing what we can for another lap. Hopefully these tyres don't wear out too much, they actually explode. Be nice and thin with the throttle. See a manor and a parrot and a Force India in front. I'm not pitting in, so come on guys, move please. See, Mary just hit me there, that's not my fault. And they'll actually span, so the Hamilton has to go slow there. And I'm staying up for 1 more lap. Oh God, right, here we go. Running in lead now, I am not running for standard revs in the corners no more. Nice, nice, nicely done. Hamilton's getting held up by Perez like a treat. Safe fuel, so. Whew. Jesus. This is not fun. can't take these like I want to. Gosh, Hamilton's been really held up by Perez. Save fuel as much as I can now, because I can do that. Up the gearbox we go, just saving as much fuel as possible, and not really real spinning tyres, because otherwise we get a puncture, and we just want to really limit that. Whee! Right, tyres, options. Here we come in the pits, and that would be at the end of our stint on these tyres. We've hit the cliff. Hamilton continues on. Fame option tyres, good lads. Wait, what? How am I not jumped from first down to... Wait. Was Hamilton the one who span? Gee. Back out in... Oh, it's doing a pitch again, look at that, nice. You're gonna wear my engine out, aren't you, engineer? On your car, yeah. Oh, off we go. There's Hamilton. So is he... Oh, he bailed out on the tyres. So he's already gone on the hard, so he's actually caught the gap up a little bit. So he actually pitted in the lap before, so I didn't realise. So that was a bit of a mistake for me. I'm just going to save a bit of fuel here as well on my out lap, no matter how just save fuel. I'm going to go for a really fast lap, next lap round. Save the fuel, literally short shift the gears. Just don't, you know, we've got to do our best job, because we really want to predict this race victory, and the race is in our hands now. We've got 9 laps to go, 8 laps towards the end of this one, and it's ours basically. It's ours to lose. .2 is the gap. So I'm going to set this up to standard now. Now we can push this lap. Push for a couple of laps, and then we'll push for at least 5 laps, and then start safe fueling again. So here we go. Lap 25. Towards, you know, lap 26. We'll start saving fuel again. Try and just do what we can for the car. See, now my rear's locking. What else do you want me to do, engineer? Dear me, make your mind up. I'm actually surprised that Hamilton didn't really close the gap in that stint, because he had the fresh tyres. You know, he pitted up early, and yet he still didn't make much of an impression on me. He didn't really close the gap. And he didn't perform the undercut. And whether or not he was in traffic or not, I don't know. I'm guessing he was. Going to be a nice end to the race, hopefully. No problems. I just don't want anything. I just want everything to be in place for the race victory and take home the win for Red Bull. That's what we need to do in the championship, and lucky enough Rosberg isn't here, so that really helps. Whee! What circuit we're in. 7.4 is the gap that Hamilton's hitting me. Extending that gap out very nicely indeed. Across the line, 33.5. Pretty decent. Oh no, Perez, don't get in my way, please. around the outside of Perez. So that's really put me off my line. Gonna have to go on these tyres. Hopefully we can just get this out and take out the race victory, because it's been a bit of a disastrous season so far. It hasn't been going our way, and today I think has just gone our way, and hopefully we're not jinxing this result by saying that, because I really need this result on the board. The whole team needs it, and I think we're doing what we need to do. So I think we've got another 2 more laps left until we start thinking about saving fuel, really. .7 gap to Hamilton. So that's how much pace we had in this race that we didn't actually show in the when we pitted for. We should have paid for options instead, maybe. But you know, we did a good job against Hamilton, creeping behind, and he was catching us when our tyres were worn. So at the end of the day, I think it's been quite a challenging race for us in terms of managing Hamilton. Cool, we're getting a nice little gap to Hamilton, definitely. .13-second gap. So we're now, towards that 26, we can start just cooling down, saving our tyres, saving our fuel, and doing what we need to do. So looking good for us. We'll start saving, so I think we might start saving early if we get a nice little gap to Nico Hamilton. Oh, Rosberg's like a P3. It's a shame, I thought he was out the race because there was a car, he retired, so I thought that was him, but nope, he's still here. So we should be able to take 10 points out of Rosberg's advantage in the championship if we finish where we are. So this would be a fine result for us. To be fair, we can't say too much about the championship. It's only the 4th round of the season. Personally, I just think that it's going to be between us and Ferraris for 3rd place. Really, the Mercedes have the imperious frontline speed around circuits like Spa in Italy, where they're going to really benefit up. But we're going to have, where things become a little bit limit, sort of races like Monaco in Canada and Silverstone, where we just have the pace. So I think we should be able to get another couple of wins on the board in the early phases of the season. Hopefully everything goes to plan, and we should be able to just creep back up in the championship and hopefully challenge the Mercedes. But it's going to be very tough. I think that's going to be really tough. There's traffic ahead of us now. 16.5 second gap to Lewis Hamilton. So technically we could actually make another pit stop and come back with an option tyre, but we're not going to do that today. Down to 2nd gear once again. Bit of lost traction there on the rear tyres. Got 17-second gap. Look at this Cure car. The bet is McLaren Honda on the front of it. What's the bets? I see a Toro Rosso is Verstappen. Yeah, it is. It's Alonso in P15. Verstappen, get out of the way. Please. Please. Oh, sugar. No. Please. Alonso, why did you go so slowly, man? Dear me. And now you're going to get mugged off by Verstappen. Possibly. Saints, get out my way. I'm coming. Maldonado in P13. Right, I'm going to just use this slipstream and get a bit of a... Jesus, he shut down quite unexpectedly. Oh. Slipstream, Maldonado. Here's a bit of traction. Bit of DRS now as well. Get past Ericsson. We'll start saving fuel as well. Oh dear. Hulkenberg got away from this, he's got quite lucky. Kind of into the apex. Ooh, blimey. You gonna back off? Flipping hell, Hulkenberg. Just save fuel now, save the tyres. Don't wanna wear these tyres out. 18-second gap to Hamilton. Been a good race. Finally got the luck, I think. Back on our side, you know, 6th in Australia. As I say before the engineer interrupted me. 6th in Australia, 6th in Malaysia, obviously 5th in China, which was really my fault. I should have saved fuel in that race, and I've learned from that. We can carry that on. You know, when we're in a good position for our podium finish, we need to save fuel, and that's what we're doing right here. Just trying to save the fuel, get to the end of the race. We've got a nice little margin to Hamilton, and I think the reason why I didn't save fuel was because I figured I was under threat by the Ferraris, and it just turns out towards the end of the race I wasn't under threat by the Ferraris because they caught me up because I had no fuel left. So, you know, we've just got to, you know, learn from these things that happen, and I think this game is completely different to the last games because you have to do more stuff to try and get to the end of the races. And that was a massive moment of loss of traction. Jesus. So they're saying a bit more fuel in the car, so we'll probably save fuel until probably the midway part through lap 28, and then this circuit looks spectacular on this game, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, 5 kilos, I'm not trusting that one bit, so we better just keep saving fuel, I suggest. Two more laps to go, penultimate lap. Been a good race. Oh no, okay, we've just lost the car. Jesus, we just had a massive moment there. Literally, I just had a massive chunk of, you know, loss of traction. I couldn't manage it. That could have been bad. We just got to now be very cautious now. Can't lose this. Cannot lose this race victory. Can't. Just got it in my hands. I've got one arm and one hand on the trophy now. Job's done. Can't 12-second they got, but you know, well. Tires have really gone. A short shift through the gears. Just keep it in there. Last lap now to go, lads. It's been a fantastic race. 10% left. That's enough to get to the end. This is where we lost it last lap round. Didn't lose it again. Just keep it nice and clean. Save the fuel. Oh, Jesus creepers. Look at that. Absolute just lost the rear end again. And here it's dangerous to lose rear end. It's not even the end. $10 the gap to Hamilton. Tyres are officially gone. Just literally can't push the car anymore. Jeez, on the edge of just losing it any moment, any corner. Just getting nerve-wracking. Lost 3 seconds on this lap. Just gently does it now to the end. Last corner to come. It's been a fantastic race from us. A fantastic display. It's about time we get some luck on our hands. It's been a fantastic display from us, the Red Bull team, and everything around us. Finally, we win a race on F1 2015 for career mode. Yes, lads, fantastic. And there's Daniel on the top of the podium, Hamilton in P2 with Rosberg in P3. That's what we needed, lads. Fantastic result. Celebrations come out. Absolutely fantastic result from us, lads. We've finally done what we needed to do. Everything was done absolutely perfectly in the race. It was best strategy, and we did what we needed to do in this race to get back in the championship hunt.
A great drive from Daniel Ricciardo today. It's a well-deserved race win for the Australian driver.
It really was a great performance, and one that I think will be remembered for a long time to come.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Look at that in P9. Look at McLaren Honda in P9. Flipping hell. And who retired? Don't tell me. My teammate, of all people, retired. That's fantastic, lads. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And we're P4 in the standings. 39 points behind Nico Rosberg. And we're right behind Sebastian Vettel. That's fantastic. That is actually very tight for second place in the standings. So this has been a fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Hope you enjoyed this, guys, and I hope you can like and subscribe to this video for more racing action. See you guys later. Bye, guys.